Hello, welcome to the Bible in 5 years. My name is Armando. We are reading the Bible in chronological order. It's going to take us a while to do so. At the end of the reading, I will give my explanation of what this project podcast is about. And I hope you stick around after the reading of the Bible. I'm going to change the music so we can do a reading. This is a continuation of we started about a couple days ago, and this is the last reading of this story, and it's lengthy, but that's why I divided it in three parts. Let's change the music so we can do a reading today. Day 266, already. Offerings of dedication. It's the continuation of when we started 2 days ago. Numbers chapter 7 from verse 60 to the end. On the ninth day, Abidan, son of Gideoni, leader of the tribe of Benjamin, presented his offering. The offering consisted of a silver platter weighing about 3¼ pounds, and a silver basin of about 1¾ pounds. These were both filled with grain offerings of choice flour mixed with olive oil. He also brought a gold container weighing about 4 ounces, which was filled with incense. He brought a young bull, a ram, and a 1-year-old male lamb as a burnt offering, a male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 1-year-old male lambs for a peace offering. This was the offering brought by Abidan, son of Gideoni. Gideoni, sound like an Italian name. Gideoni. On the 10th day, Eliezer, son of Ammishaddai, leader of the tribe of Dan, presented his offering. The offering consisted of a silver platter weighing about 3¼ pounds, and a silver basin of about 1¾ pounds. These were both filled with grain offerings of choice flour mixed with olive oil. He also brought a gold container weighing about 4 ounces, which was filled with incense. He brought a young bull, a ram, and a 1-year-old male lamb as a burnt offering, a male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 1-year-old male lambs for a peace offering. This was the offering brought by Eliezer, son of Ammishaddai. On the 11th day, Pagiel, son of Okran, leader of the tribe of Asher, presented his offering. The offering consisted of a silver platter weighing about 3¼ pounds, and a silver basin of about 1¾ pounds. These were both filled with grain offerings of choice flour mixed with olive oil. He also brought a gold container weighing about 4 ounces, which was filled with incense. He brought a young bull, a ram, and a 1-year-old male lamb as a burnt offering, a male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 1-year-old male lambs for a peace offering. This was the offering brought by Pagiel, son of Okran. On the 12th day, Ahira, son of Enan, leader of the tribe of Naphtali, presented his offering. The offering consisted of a silver platter weighing about 3¼ pounds, and a silver basin of about 1¾ pounds. These were both filled with grain offerings of choice flour mixed with olive oil. He also brought a gold container weighing about 4 ounces, which was filled with incense. He brought a young bull, a ram, and a 1-year-old male lamb as a burnt offering, a male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 1-year-old male lambs for a peace offering. This was the offering brought by Ahira, son of Enan. So, this was the dedication offering for the altar brought by the leaders of Israel at the time it was anointed. 12 silver platters, 12 silver basins, and 12 gold incense containers. In all, the silver objects weighed about 60 pounds, about 3¼ pounds for each platter, and 1¾ pounds for each basin. The weight of the donated gold came to about 3 pounds, about 4 ounces for each of the gold containers that were filled with incense. 12 bulls, 12 rams, and 12 one-year-old male lambs were donated for the burnt offerings, along with their prescribed grain offerings. 12 male goats were brought for the sin offerings. 24 young bulls, 60 rams, 60 male goats, and 60 one-year-old male lambs were donated for the peace offerings. This was the dedication offering for the altar after it was anointed. Whenever Moses went into the tabernacle to speak with the Lord, he heard the voice speaking to him from between the two cherubim above the ark's cover, the place of atonement that rests on the ark of the covenant. The Lord spoke to him from there. All right. Boy, what was my song? I think it was this one. Jeez. So, this is the Bible in 5 years. We're reading the Bible in chronological order. More than 300 stories. And it's going to take us probably 3-4 years. It might be even more than 300 stories. For like 400 or more. I don't know. But it's going to take us a while. But we always are reading, they're always short stories because we read verses here from 3 verses to 30 verses, sometimes 33, 34. It depends how the reading goes. And if it's too long, I divide the reading into 3 parts or 2 parts. So the reason I'm doing that, of making this reading short, is so I remember what I read and you remember what I read. That's right. So it's better to remember what story in the Bible, it was short, so, and you're able to remember it because it wasn't too long. And sometimes even 30 verses feels too long. And especially with like this one that we just read, is very repetitious. Same thing over and over and over. But you know, that's the way it's written. So I gotta read it. So you know what it is. But that's why I'm reading it like this, so we remember what we read. And this project podcast is aimed for people who have not read the Bible. They don't know what the Bible says. They're not familiarized with the Bible, or maybe they don't even care about the Bible, and it's okay. You know, I'm not going to criticize you here. I'm not going to judge you. You know, I'm not expecting anything like subscriptions or likes or anything. No. If you want to make a comment or give it a like, it's up to you. But you're not required to do any of that. And I'm not trying to make you go to a church or convert you to Christianity or any of that. You know, I'm just bringing the stories so you get informed, so you get familiarized with the Bible. And whatever happens with you listening to this and God and you is between you and God. That's right. Simple as that. How about that? How do you like that? How do you like them cookies? Or whatever. I don't know how the saying goes. But anyways, so this project podcast is not for Christians. But if you happen to be a Christian, you're also welcome to come and listen and participate. How can you participate, Christians? You Christians can go down below and check the description below. It has links to Spotify, Facebook, and YouTube. Go there and subscribe and like and click on the little bell so it will remind you when the show comes on. That's right. That's how you can help us, because that will make this algorithm, whatever that thing is, to expose the show to more people. That's right. We also record them in Spanish. And again, we don't read a lot here. These videos or audios are about 10 minutes or less. There's a handful or 2 handfuls, the videos that I have, that they're a little bit over than 10 minutes, but it's only 2 handfuls, not even 10 videos. So, you know, 10 minutes or less is a short story. And I talk more than what I read sometimes. And when I read a lot, I just tend to not talk a lot then. But that's how we're doing it. That's what we're doing. So, you know, Christians help us that way. And anybody and everybody, let us know where you're listening or watching